The government has today launched its long-awaited plan on climate action. Ireland is already way behind and facing fines of millions of euro in 2020, but they are determined that the same will not be repeated in a decade's time. As part of the plan, almost every aspect of our daily lives is set to be influenced, but nowhere more so than on our roads. The plan is to have 1 million electric vehicles on our roadways by 2030, but to get there, they're going to more or less force petrol and diesel cars off the roads through a series of measures, but primarily through raising carbon tax and equalising the cost of petrol and diesel. By 2030, they're going to ban the sale of new fossil fuel cars, and ultimately by 2045, the idea is that there would be none at all on our roads. In the area of building, though, our homes are also going to be affected because there is a major retrofit scheme being planned. Up to 600,000 homes are going to undergo some form of retrofitting. That could include things like insulation, changing the sort of heating systems we have, and all sorts of building upgrades, particularly in areas where renovations are already taking place under new planning guidelines. The government also have a new series of initiatives such as the banning of single-use plastics, and by 2021 it might be possible for homeowners to actually generate their own electricity, which they could then sell back to the national grid. The government saying that's one way that you could actually make money out of this. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar acknowledged that this is going to be costly for people, but he said ultimately there's a bigger question here. This isn't about avoiding the fines, he said, it's about avoiding a climate apocalypse.
So this plan represents the sum of our hopes for the future, our call to action in the fight to save our planet, and that work begins today.
There's lots more to come from this because many of the targets set in here have to be reviewed. There has to be new plans set out, individual plans in sectors such as agriculture, for business, for transport, and many other departments within government. It's a long decade ahead. This, the government says, is the start in how Ireland finally tackles climate change.